a pre-sampling latency
and sounding good.
Nice and crispy.
Yeah. Did you hear like the low end is really wide and open? You know.
Yeah, I just got recently an analog transient designer.
Go get a beer, Ivan.
Those are bad. Just a heads up. The analog transient designers.
Wait, are those real?
They exist.
Oh, are you getting a beer, dude?
Is it live?
Yes.
Well, I told you to tell me.
Oh, dude, there's no delay.
He sucked me in with rack.
I have no delay, my man. What's up, y'all? Let's
Hello.
see.
Ivan went to look for the hidden immunity idol.
Ivan is going to grab a beer. Okay, this is y'all for sure. Brock, how you doing, Brock? All right.
Dark here, I just realized because I can't see anything but the four of us. I could change that very easily, and I will do that. Are we on the YouTubes?
Yes, we are on the YouTubes.
Okay.
Caleb wants to know if Zach is on Musafar.
Yes, I have the high ground right now.
Literally, that was exactly what we were saying before. That's exactly what's going on, Slippy Dips.
Jeez.
How you guys doing? We're gonna wait a sec. That Ivan is grabbing a beer. We're gonna wait a little bit, just for the people to filter in and whatnot.
Yeah.
Let's talk more about Star Wars. This will be fun.
Gio's favorite movie, Star Wars. BK7861. What's good? Oh, that's Brian Kelly. What's good, y'all?
Oh, it's like kind of annoying to find us on YouTube for the live thing. They don't really like. There's no like blinking.
No, just go. If you go to our page, you should be able to find it.
I got
Kim, what's going on, Kim? Good evening.
Kim.
Hi, Kim.
Very cool.
Bermuda, Jamaica.
What's up with the random streams the last 17 seconds? Those are us testing stuff, and we're doing it on the wrong channel. We're supposed to be doing that on the test channel.
I am bad at my job.
Brian, thank you so much.
Oh,
Travis has work but sends his love or something like that. All right, Travis.
Travis, receive your love and return it twofold.
Absolutely.
Twofold.
So what's up, guys? Today we are going to be doing the live AMA, which stands for Ask Me Anything, or the live Q&A, which stands for Question and Answer, which is the way I like to say it. We're going to be answering questions of y'all in the chat. We have a little bit of questions people sent us before. We can do those. I also have some questions for each of you guys, and maybe you all have questions for me, or maybe not. Maybe you guys don't give a crap what I think about stuff.
I actually don't. I don't even know where you live.
That would be a question you could ask.
Yeah, but I'm not interested. That would imply that I'm interested, and I want.
Just hopped from the Silverstein stream onto this one. Pretty much just going band to band.
Wow,
very
man.
sick.
I'm loving
doing.
Racking.
Very sick. AMA seems sincerely Blue Jay. AMA seems way too vague. It is not too vague. It is exactly as vague as we want it to be. You can ask us anything you like, and we will hopefully answer.
I won't answer. I'll be a hostile witness.
So let's also on Twitch, Lucky Bastard 7 says "Bout Your Heart." So I just wanted to let Zach know about that.
What was the name of that?
It was Lucky Bastard 7.
I don't know who that is, but hello and what's up? That's nice that you know my last name.
Very sick. So let's check this out. I mean, I would love to start with some questions from the chat if you guys have any questions.
Kid, what are you drinking? Is that like a Moscow Mule?
I am drinking a White Russian.
White Russian, baby. Careful, man. There's a beverage here.
Yeah, we watched The Big Lebowski a little while ago and bought stuff for White Russians, so I had to get rid of the Kahlua, and I'm super down with it.
Interesting.
It's so good.
I haven't seen that movie. I have seen it. Don't do this thing. Wait, you haven't seen it?
What?
I haven't seen it.
What's up, Neil? Neil's on Twitch now. Fantastic, Neil. How you doing, dude?
Actually,
1,000 bits.
All right, so we got Brock Evers on YouTube asks if I write y'all songs, will you make music for it?
I don't know. We could do that.
We could potentially.
It depends how bad you're okay with it being.
Yeah.
There's levels levels to this stuff. Are you asking, will Good Terms produce you as an artist? Different question than like, if you send in lyrics, will Kid and I and anyone else who's there improvise a song for those lyrics live on our acoustic stream? Yes.
Oh, I like that. I'll do that.
Oh, I do like that actually. Yeah.
Yeah. That is the thing I just made up right now. Anyone can do it. You write lyrics, depending on their wokeness and general okayness, we will do something with it.
Well, we're also thinking about so good. I mean, this is the last record we're ever going to make. We're going to like reposition and translate over to just royalty-free music. So you're going to be able to get all of our music from here on out on Shutterstock.com, royalty-free.
Holy shit!
I hope you guys like ukuleles. I hope you guys like hand claps.
All right, listen.
You guys like sine wave drones.
I hope you guys like, hey.
Oh yeah.
Because that's the future of Good Terms.
That's what you want. I'll give you a link.
Yeah, it'll just be constant 4 on the floor, like, cause I'm hey, oh.
Oh my god!
It is going to transition to just playing acoustic guitar and kick drum.
Oh no!
Good Terms is going to become the new hot corporate indie folk rock band.
There, I gotta find it. Keep going. That was really fun.
All right, so yes, Brock Evers. There you go. There's your answer. I guess we will just improvise songs. It's gonna work.
Did we answer the question correctly? Is there a follow up to which of the two answers we had?
Brock on YouTube said, So
which is an appropriate response.
I mean,
to me sounds satisfactory. Yeah.
I think I split it into 2 possible options and answered both.
Okay. So let's see. We got Slippy Dips asks, or actually, sorry, Brian Kelly. Brian Kelly asks, what was the first bands that got you to make your style of music?
Oh, that's a good question.
That's a great question.
Let's take this in parts.
Yeah, someone who's not Migo.
There's a few different ways to answer it. I mean, like, it's really what fueled all of us to be into this music in general. So, for me, if you're watching for some fucking reason, Zach Buscanera showed me Senses Fail on MySpace.
Senses Fail.
I didn't know that. Wow.
Was when I was a sophomore in high school, and rum is for drinking, not for burning, and that's why
a classic.
Senses Fail.
Dude, Stephanie loves that song.
I
think she does.
We saw them.
Did we see them?
They played next door to Muna at the rehearsal spot.
At the lockout.
Oh yeah, I remember them playing Bloody Romance and being like, "How the fuck do I know this song?"
You're like, holy shit, I think a Senses Fail. And then they came out and gave us like some pendant merches and shit.
Oh my god, yeah. My horrible answer to a great question is Senses Fail.
Gia, do you remember when we saw them headline the Bayside show at Royale, and we were like, oh yeah, no, we don't need to mosh, but we should just check it out or something. We got 2 songs in after seeing both of us seeing them many times and being stoked on it. And it was just bad. It was just a bad show. We're like, yeah, let's bounce.
Yeah, I don't the fact that I don't remember how it was is probably testament to how bad it was, because I remember Bayside and I remember being like, this is so good. But I do remember Senses Fail. I read an article in AP, I think a long time ago, about him shitting his pants on stage, like 2 songs into a set. And then he had such tight pants. Remember the Hot Topic pants?
Oh, tight.
It just stayed in there. It didn't even slosh around. It just stuck to it.
That was a good show, though. That was like in our first month of friendship. That was like pretty much our 3rd date as friends.
Yeah.
That's sick. Carefoot, thank you so much. Carefoot says, good job on the release. Thank you so much. Brian Kelly says, Senses Fail, the irony of dying on your birthday. Solid stuff. Absolutely.
Oh, is that the one with the girl scream in it? I think it is.
Maybe. Neil Christensen also says, love Senses Fail. Armor for Sleep is dirty too, from the same area.
Oh
Sure.
yeah.
I don't know Armor for Sleep, but that's sick.
For sure. Wow.
I haven't thought of them in a while, but yeah, I listened to them back in the
If we
day.
just pivot this into like early 2000s MySpace core, I'd be really stoked. If we can,
The question what was the first band that got you into music? So it's probably
Wait.
going to end up there.
Into
I-
music or into this style?
Into this style. It's into your style of music. So it could
Zach,
be.
why don't you take that off?
senses fail.
Why don't you
Yeah,
try one?
Zach, answer the question. What was the first band that got you to make your style of music?
I know his answer. Sorry.
Honestly, so my first ever favorite band when I was like 8 years old was Sum 41. I remember I was
Fucking awesome.
I was listening to the Hell song with my friend Chris Butler, who maybe might be watching and is awesome, who's like a friend on my street. And we were listening to the Hell song in my room on like a terrible CD player. And my dad walked in and was like, what are you guys listening to? This sounds pretty cool. We were like, oh, Dad, it's Census Fail, or it's Jesus Christ.
Sum
Oh,
41.
Dad, it's Sum 41. Like this band's really good. Like they swear sometimes, but it's okay. Like we're not listening for that. And
It's like playing Grand Theft Auto to not kill prostitutes.
Yeah.
I remember he
I
picked
just
up.
really like the driving. But when I drive though, I do follow the laws. I'm practicing for when I can have a car, Mom.
Yeah.
If you think about it, it's actually really responsible.
My dad looked at the CD and he was like, "What? Oh, what's the name of this song?" We were like, "Oh, it's called the Hell Song." And he was like, "Okay, so guys, you can listen to this stuff, but they're singing the stuff they're singing about. Just like, don't listen to that." We were like, "Okay, yeah, sure, Dad, yeah." Really, I don't think it has anything. I think he just saw Hell and was like, "Oh, this is like Satan music that he's listening to." Tight.
That's the binary kind of music there is. There's either good music or there's Satan music.
That's so funny. How's this? All right, and we're back.
Are we back?
And we're back. Let's hope that stops happening forever.
Okay, cool.
Oh,
Here's the thing. That wasn't my fault.
Usually that happens to me when I'm doing lo-fi music and there's nobody watching me. So that's really funny. Hey, everybody, you suck around. Thank you very much.
Oh, experience Ivan.
Oh my God, Brock Evers says Morgan Freeman voice, experience Ivan in his natural habitat. You
God.
like panic getting around the audio stream.
Here's the thing. I knew that because what I had the option of doing was setting up a second display on my laptop and having it be there permanently. So like no matter what was happening, it would never leave that screen. And I didn't do that. And I was like, cool, this is going to fuck me because there's going to be a thing that I need to do and everyone's going to get to watch. And it all goes back to sophomore year during the health part of PE when I was doing an assignment that was like log into your account on your school network and here's your PowerPoint.
what is happening? What is happening?
Tab after username, and I typed my password in, which was penis, in plain text, and everyone saw it. So,
Ivan, that's fantastic. Don't make your password penis. Gio, I want to get to what just happened, but I do want to reiterate that Boulevard of Broken Dreams is where I started my music journey, and you can start yours there too. It's a really great song. Green Day is a really great band. What's that?
Royal You.
The Royal You. You can restart your music journey, Gio, if you want to. Just start there and you'll get that like poppy punk rock action. And anyways, Ivan, what was the band that first got you into the style of music?
Ooh, song. Let's get even more detailed. Let's hear the song.
Also, just so everyone knows, I am writing down your questions so that we can go in correct order. Anyways,
I have the song. One, I have to share this anecdote because it's a second long. In the vein of I'm playing GTA 5 because it's responsible that I'm practicing driving. I once tried to justify my parents buying me chewing gum because it was working out my mouth. I said that as a child.
I'm a big, strong boy.
Yeah, I was like, no, it's actually, if you think about it, it's exercise and it's good for me. I'm a fucking idiot. Anyway, I grew up on like fucking, punk and lots of classic rock and Floyd and Zeppelin and AC/DC and Stevie Ray Vaughan and Jimi Hendrix and all that. But the first band and song that I was like, hey, new music is pretty good was Welcome Home by fucking Coheed and Cambria. I was like, hey, guess what? This band's fucking awesome. And
that is cool.
They won't remember it, but when I first showed Coheed and Cambria to Brian and Zach, not Kid, Brian Jones and Zach, I distinctly remember them clowning me for it a bit. And then
Brian was OG Coheed. I promise you. Brian was on the Coheed tip in like 6th grade.
No, yeah. I found Coheed with Jake Kunkel in elementary school.
Oh, wow.
Oh, you know what? It wasn't Brian because this was I think this might have been before Brian Jones went to school.
Coheed and Cambria, hell yeah.
Yeah, because it was in middle school. So it wasn't Brian Jones, but it was at any rate. Oh, you know what? It was Casey Hart who did it. But anyway, I got clowned for it. And then later on, like 3 years later, I found out that everyone liked Coheed. And I'd just been like in the closet about it, feeling like an asshole. But Coheed and Cambria, I was like, oh, this is the best thing ever. Like, it's like the most riff guitar driven band I've ever heard. And I'm so excited. Kid's name is not actually Kid, but for all intents and purposes, his name is Kid.
All right. Do we want to move on to the next question?
Yes.
I'm really glad we got one down.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Let's go to the next question. Slippy Dips asked this a million years ago. Who is your drummer and will he come on stream? Who is our drummer, man?
Well, our friend Brendan played. Our drummer is actually this really legendary cat. He's played on all the hit records that honestly, probably he's played on a lot of your favorite bands' records. Even I'd say his name's Eddie Fingers.
Edward Fingers.
Edward Fingers. He has a huge lore, and no, we programmed all of our drums. The four of us write all of the drum parts, and then our friend Brendan for the when we made the record, we hired him to record all the drums, and he's absolutely incredible and learned all of them in like so small amount of time and recorded them he recorded every single thing in 2 days.
The whole album in 2 days.
Which like not just and we made him play each song full all the way through a couple times, and
Dude,
then
so
every section about 5 times.
Many times. Yeah.
So then we obviously just pieced all of the best parts together and whatever. But yeah, he plays with us whenever we need a drummer. But we kind of just started the band without a drummer, and we haven't played live yet, so we don't really have an answer to that question yet.
I need to clarify. Oh, go ahead, Joe.
I share a really quick story about Brendan that happened today. Rachie was doing a shift over at Dune because she's thinking about working over there.
Okay.
And somebody walks up with the LXIX, Brian Jones's merch.
Wow.
And this is how she described it to me. She said, yeah, I was like trying to be like cool. I was trying to be like smooth with it. And I was like ringing him up. And I was like, so how do you know Brian Jones? And this guy looked at me like I had just killed an entire family in front of him. And so absolutely confused and was so put off by the whole thing. And I was like, who the fuck is that? And then she was like, yeah. And like they knew each other in like middle school. And I was like, oh, did it look like him? And she was like, yeah, that's him. You met my lady today.
That's so funny. That was Brian Jones. Wow.
That's fucking hilarious. Wow.
How do you know Brian Jones?
He was like, who the
holy shit?
It was just like, who the fuck? What do you mean? Like, but she was like, I just started doing it like all smooth and shit, which is so funny. Like, so like,
crazy.
Brock Evers says, wait, do y'all not have a drummer because I play?
Send us some tape.
I just want to let you know. Yeah, send us a tape, man.
Tape. Send us a tape playing.
We love good drummers.
Turning Point.
Play Turning. Yeah, we need a tape with like Turning Point, Pedestal, and it's another one.
Useless Things, because I don't even know how to play that anymore.
Yeah, I wanna make some clarifications for the chat because somebody is being a bit too humble.
True.
Brendan recorded the drums in 2 days, which is fucking incredible. He also revolutionized the drum part for Useless Things, which was like my favorite.
Yeah.
Favorite, like last minute, just like, wait, what? This is amazing. But Zach is king drum.
Yeah.
He like fully just writes bananas drum parts that
if you love the part, it's Zach wrote it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It's like down to like most of even the fills even. I mean, Brendan definitely, as you saw, if you saw that More Than I Deserve compilation, I think it was More Than I Deserve, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Where Brendan tries out a bunch of fills, or is that light at the end?
No, it's light at the end. Yeah.
But no, Zach writes like fucking crazy drum parts. Like he actually enjoys it, which I like playing drums. But if I sit down in front of like MIDI programming to write drum parts, I want to fucking kill myself.
Writing drum parts is probably my favorite thing to do. I'd like it definitely more than playing the guitar.
That's bananas. But anyway,
so funny.
I wanted to make sure you got credit where credit was due because
I really just want to be a drummer. Honestly, that's what I wish I had started playing when I was a kid. But
that's really funny. If you love like the breakdown of light at the end and stuff, that's all Zach, dude. I just showed up one day and Zach was like, "Hey, I wrote this." It was sick. Yeah. Nitalic says, "I'm still in awe of your passion for the band and the music, considering the pandemic and the lack of open spaces. It's genuinely inspiring." Nitalic, thank you so much.
Oh, thank you.
And then Kim says, "Does Ivan really drive a smart car?"
Okay. I have this rule about not driving cars that I could pick up.
Holy, sure, no.
No, I drive a Toyota 2009 Toyota Camry hybrid, and when I get in and out of it, it feels regular to me. However, I've been told that it looks like something of an event.
Do me a favor, check out the specs of a smart car. Read the specs. Read the height, width. You are reading the absolute dimensions of Ivan.
To give everyone an example, what's something that I have that's pretty ubiquitous?
Headphones on your giant
Bottle of wine, right? Standard 750 milliliter bottle of wine. This is my hand. I'm pretty sure smart cars say you must be less than this tall to ride this ride.
Kid,
Yeah.
I'm gonna break your order really quick because Steph just asked who has the smallest peepee, and just in going in line with that, it's definitely not Ivan.
Told ya.
I'll claim smallest PP.
I think it's me actually.
Also told ya.
What?
Was that multiple people would be like, it's actually me. I have the smallest PP.
Well,
I also want to point out that Stephanie said earlier who has the biggest PP.
Oh, it's Ivan. I mean, how is it even like?
Which is what I said.
It's just math. Yeah.
You're looking at a smart car. You're looking at the dimensions of Ivan's penis.
I feel like, as someone who hasn't seen kid's dick, but I've seen your shoe size, which you are blessed in, I feel like you are equally endowed.
Blessed in shoe size? Oh my god.
I would say that kid has a really like cool PP. Kind of snug. It's got like a little bit of a tilt to it.
Most people right now are talking about Ivan's hands and how big they are.
Very cool.
Oh yeah, they're insane.
Also, Maddie says she's logging out.
That's great.
I knew that was coming.
That's really good.
Yeah, my hands are foolish. They don't like figuring out how to play guitar is bananas. I should have been a bass player. I should have been, but I'm honestly just too cool.
You're too good of a guitar player.
All right. Maddie says, moving on. Nightalix asks, does Zach have Mustafar as his background? Which we would say yes.
Nightalix, you've won the raffle that I just decided what's happening because that's the coolest thing. So.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Brian Kelly asks, oh, this maybe could have just been answered somewhere else. He says, you guys, it says online that we're sold out of 3X. I don't know what that means.
We don't have anything in 3X.
We don't have anything in 3X.
But requests can be made.
We never made any because when we were pre-ordering, we had it as an option, but no one bought it, so we just never ended up making any. But we're thinking of printing more stuff. Just DM us or something, and if you really want something, we could possibly print it in 3X for you.
Yeah, I really want to do a black on black hoodie for all of my crew guys and gals and theys and everyone.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, if we do a reprint, we'll definitely put out the bat signal.
Oh my god. Caleb says Ivan playing a Strat looks like me, Caleb, playing one of those Squire mini Strats.
Yes, dude.
Which yes, it does. There's a really funny picture on Zach's phone of Ivan holding a ukulele. And it is so funny because the ukulele looks like a guitar that's just so small, and that Ivan is just that big. It's really great.
It's an unfortunate thing when I have to play something like that.
Mad says we must see, show the crowd.
I'll find it. I'll put it on the story or something.
All right. Lucky Bastard 7 says, will you ever tour Seattle? Yes.
100%. 1,000%.
We'll tour everywhere, man.
Seattle has some weird shit going on though. There's like, I don't know if this would apply to us because we'll be in a van, but Ivan, do you know this? That there's like some weird shit in Seattle where you like tourists just are like, yeah, fuck Seattle because there's like such a gap between cities. Like, oh yeah, we'd have to hire another bus driver to do. You know what I'm talking about, or am I making?
No, it's real. I mean, I haven't been on a tour yet that hasn't had an off day in Oregon because of Seattle.
Oh, that was that horrible Uber ride we had. Oh, and you got kissed by that older woman in Seattle.
Oh my god! Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh, she sucked. She sucked so much.
I remember that today.
So bad.
You kissed her and she sucked?
No.
We popped out of the showers.
Oh
man, I totally.
Kim says story time.
Dude, Gio, tell the story because you'll tell it better, and I think I blocked as much of it as much out of my head as possible.
What was she a PA or something?
She was the manager on duty at the time.
Yeah,
I think,
And you?
or she was either like that, or like she was the last like security person who was like going to wrap up the venue after we left.
So Ivan and I just finished a tour date with Muna. We were both very stinky. We go down in the basement. We're eating some pizza, and the security woman was there, and she was what, like 50s ish, and she was just so stoked to be there. Like she just loved being around bands. And then Ivan was like, well, I'm gonna go take a shower, and I was like, well, I'm gonna go take a shower. So we both took showers, and we came back, and she was still there, like hanging out. She was like, I just love hanging out with you guys, and which was very sweet. She was very, very sweet. We walk up, and it was like 3:30 in the morning, getting back on the bus. And she goes, oh, it was so nice to meet you. And she like hugged me. And then
Gio got away scot-free.
Listen, I'm a little jealous, but I walk away. I'm waiting for Ivan, and she goes, oh, and you, Ivan. And she goes up and just kisses him right on the cheek. And it was very sweet, and it was very strange.
Was it like parental, or was it like, but
No,
let's talk?
No.
Can I add the thing you missed?
Yeah.
Huh?
Your boy did one of those like,
oh, for sure. Yeah, for sure.
Oh, like she was going for the lips, and you were like, oh
yeah. I was like, oh yeah, it was good. Whoa.
Yeah, it was great. We both were walking back with each other on the way to the bus, and I was just pissing my pants laughing. He was like, shut up right now, shut up. That was the last time we were in Seattle. Beautiful place. Anyway, and then we had a bad Uber time, but we probably shouldn't mention that one. Sure.
Oh God. Nitalix also says favorite song on the album and why.
Oh, good question.
Oh man.
Yeah, Zach, why don't you start? Favorite song on the record?
I don't know. I like so many of them for different reasons. I think the best one is Light at the End. My favorite to listen to still is probably Pedestal. Pedestal. Yeah, that's my answer.
Sick. Gio, what about you?
Yes.
Oh, well, yeah. Gio, why is Chess your favorite one?
Yes.
It says why.
Yeah. Okay. The answer is twofold. I don't want to be too revealing, but Chess.
Yeah, Chess is the one Gio wrote lyrics on, y'all. Gio's just a self-serving asshole. That's exactly what it. No, just kidding.
I do have one.
I'm just kidding. I'm totally just kidding. Chess is the best sounding song of the record. It sounds fucking sick.
No, I just love how organically that happened. Like that was like completely after everything was tracked, and we were like, and it was just purely like we made that song just off of hype, and like that's what this whole band is to me. Like having 2 long ass days, and then like at the end of the second day being like, wait, I gotta like write this demo so that we can maybe do a Boston hardcore song tomorrow in the studio while we have time. And like that, like the way that all came to fruition was just so fucking fun. And like everyone was just so hyped, and we didn't know if we were going to use it on the record for like a long time. And then we're like, yeah, like this is fucking rad. Like this is so fun.
We took so many measures in Turning Point on the album to like make it so that everything was planned really far out in advance, so we could do a lot of things. And it was nice to have that one like a song that was just spontaneous, that just kind of captured the energy of the moment.
Oh, Chess.
Yeah, Chess is a sick one. Ivan, what's your favorite song on the record?
You good?
There's a concerning noise somewhere out here, and if you can't hear it, it's fine.
No,
we're good.
Man, my favorite song on the record and why. It's fucking tough. I have so many, like, shockingly, I have so many like really emotionally, like strong emotional ties to every song with like a different story for why. But I think Turning Point is definitely like, it definitely makes sense that that's the album. What's the word for it? The title track.
That was your idea.
It was. Wow.
That was your idea. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, when we left Monkey Claws after recording Light at the End vocals.
The last thing we did.
Ivan and I both cried on the way back to his house talking about it. It was great.
Yeah, we do that.
I drove back alone. It was great.
Yeah, so that that song is kind of like really wraps up everything for us, which I think is really
Right?
Yes, he is, dude. Great job.
Thanks.
all right. We're back.
Are you
And
sure?
100%.
What keeps happening?
It's back. No. Yeah, Kim's got us. It's back.
Nice.
I just, as
All right.
everyone can see, I'm doing nothing, and my computer's just like, let's change it up. So we'll figure that out for the next time we do Zoom. Anyway, Sandcastles is great because I had nothing to do with that song, and it just like was presented to me, and I just like found out. It's like, oh yeah, here's a demo for another song that's on the record. I was like, holy shit, this song bops, and like for it probably won't happen ever again because as we're writing songs for our next record, it's so much more inclusive on everyone's part. And even I co-wrote a lot of songs for this record, and whatever, but Sandcastles is just like, oh, cool. I can just be a fan, unencumbered, like I'm just a fan of this song. And when I listen to that song, I'm just like, I'm a fan of this band and I don't feel fucking bad about it because
Peace, Brock.
it wasn't me, and that's fucking awesome. So those are my answers.
My favorite is probably just Wither Away.
Hmm.
Nice.
I'm the best chorus in the record for sure. I remember making the ad lib for the high note at the very end, the like long held note, and that's just one of my favorite moments in the record. So, and the riff to Wither Away, it was one of the first songs that I was scrolling through like a Dropbox list of unwritten, instrumental songs, and that was the first one that it was called Steph Curry is the Legolas of basketball at the time.
Yes.
It was probably 2018. And I was just like, this riff is something else. So it's probably Wither Away. And then it ended up being the first one that we released. So yeah, probably Wither Away. Hey, Ivan, are we good on time?
Yeah, no, we are 100% good.
100% good.
Yeah,
dude.
We're good on the time, but we're not good on the audio. We love that.
Okay, well, okay.
It's fine. Everyone, just let it know that Ivan did almost everything he could. No, I'm just kidding. We're so lucky to have Ivan.
Trying so hard.
Neil Christensen asked, I heard you guys met in university. Where did you guys study while you were there? And he asked, Brian, did you study music? And it's a long story. Who went to college first? Who should start the story?
Me and Gio, yes, we went to college together. We met at the first week of college. Brian, Brian and Ivan, we all grew up in Virginia together.
Mm-hmm.
And so I've known Ivan since we were in middle school, and we were probably like, oh, no way. No way.
Was good, Doug.
Oh, dude, you clearly don't see Ivan.
Yeah, he looks really nice. He looks really
Dude, Ivan has the 2021 thought makeup going on. It looks great, dude.
Oh my god.
Anyway, we knew each other growing up. Kid is Kid because he's a couple years younger than us. Gio actually gave him that nickname.
Wow. You got it.
Yeah.
No, you got it. Yeah.
And then eventually Brian also went to the same college as Gio and I. And then all of us migrated to LA around a similar-ish time. And yeah, that's it. and then we started Good Terms.
Well, I studied jazz composition. I have a degree in jazz composition, which is a hilarious thing to have a piece of paper degree in.
Mine is music business, which is not much less ridiculous.
It makes way more sense though. Because you do a lot of the business stuff for this band. We are not a big band, so my writing skills aren't always coming in handy.
Could be.
Gio, you studied engineering. So
yeah, I have an engineering degree.
Yeah, you do, dude. Good job.
Yeah, you're welcome, anyone who listens to our songs.
Ivan also, you studied a few things.
I studied a few things, but have proper paperwork for none of them.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah. We're in a punk rock
Please
band.
change the makeup. It's so brutal, dude. It's so brutal to look at.
Yes, the makeup is brutal. It's not Kiss, dude.
I was thinking the other day, like, just about how they're like, oh, if you graduate with a music business degree, you technically have a business degree. And I was like, what?
No, you don't.
What the fuck do you mean? Music production and engineering. I'm not gonna be like, yeah, I'm an engineering major. You don't get an engineering fucking degree.
Yeah.
No, you got to say music engineering.
Yeah.
No, there was a meme I saw recently that was really for programmers, but it kind of works for everything. And it's literally my entire life, where it's like, employer, forget everything you learned in college. It won't be useful to you here. Employee, I wasn't in college anyway. Employee or employer. Oh, then you can't work here. It's me just like, okay. It's like, fuck me. Yeah. Trying to, like, apply for like receptionist positions, and I need like a bachelor's degree and 5 other things to answer a fucking telephone. Not to put any shade on receptionists, because everything's like a hard and whatever job, but like, I just hate the world sometimes when it's just like, well, you don't have the piece of paper that says that you did all your gen ed classes and did another.
What's crazy, everybody, is that if there's anybody you ever want to hire, it's fucking Ivan.
Yeah, Ivan is the most employable person of all time.
You want this guy as a part of your organization. It doesn't matter if he knows anything about what you're doing yet, because he'll just figure it out, man.
That's very
fair. I agree.
So many of the reasons that you guys have gotten to interact with Good Terms is because Ivan made something happen.
Yeah, like the audio on this Zoom call.
Like the audio on the Zoom call.
Exactly. Steph just said LOL uh-oh. Is this in relation to the audio again? Please no.
Steph, are you good, or are you just making fun of us or something?
That would be sick if it didn't work.
Oh, Maddie said, "Oh, Ivan, you know that I was a receptionist."
Yes, that became immediately clear to me. That's why I need to clarify myself.
That was the backpedaling.
That was it. Yeah.
All right, kid. What we got for question?
All right, a little bit louder asks, "What's your songwriting process like?" Oh, that's a fun question.
Oh man,
changes all the time.
Yeah, it changes all the time. That's part. One of the biggest parts about our songwriting process is togetherness. Is doing it together. Yep. Sharing your songs with other people and letting them mess with them.
The thing that I is like, whenever I talk to other people who write music on every level, from like complete amateur people to like the highest up, starting from inception, like 3 people or 4 people or 2 people even like going at the same time sounds like a nightmare to most of them. They're just like, yeah, how does one person not just walk in with like the idea? But there are times where any combination of us will come in and be like, cool, you know what we're going to do today? We're going to write a song. More Than I Deserve was written that way. Light at the End was written that way, where all these things were just like, cool, voice memo start. And what's everyone been feeling today? Someone talks for enough time and somebody says, that's a line. And then we build off of that thing. And we literally will like parallel construction build something from the start. A lot of times, there'll be some kind of little song seed or
all the songs are different. So for Chess, Gio had a pretty much finished demo of the whole song that he sent to us, and we changed it. I think we changed some of the riffs. But the whole structure was there, and then none of the words, none of the vocals were there. So we recorded the whole song. This is what we did spontaneously in the recording studio, and then we wrote the vocals later in the bedroom, just like going through Gio's notes app, like, being like, what are you feeling recently?
A lot of it, like, we kind of had a weird pop-ish process in making these. Like, a lot of it just began with just making tracks. Like in pop, a lot of the time people will make a track or whatever. They'll create like a sort of like a big loop type thing, or like a chorus maybe, and then you'll write that whole thing over. And that's why like pop is like repetitive a lot of the time, at least in like it's like chords and grooves, is because you almost write the entire thing over one thing. And obviously that wasn't the case with us, but we were kind of like, oh, well, let's just try to do that process. So we just made a bunch of tracks. Like me, Brian, and Ivan made Hamster Wheel. Me and Gio made Turning Point. Me and Gio made More Than I Deserve. There was like 25 total tracks. There's some that I made on my own. There's some that like the riff for Pedestal Brian had since he was like 15 or something, the crazy one. And we just were like, all right, cool. So sometimes we have like a full thing that's done, and then we kind of like co-write on top of it and do what Ivan explained, where you like,
yeah, that's what Brian Kelly asked. What about Turning Point? Turning Point's like that. Like you and Zach and Gio wrote the track, the music for it.
Yeah, Gio wrote most of that.
And then Zach and I sat down one day. We're like, okay, let's write lyrics over this, and we like talked about like, hey, what are you feeling out right now?
And actually, if you listen to the end of the song, the voicemail that comes in after the fade out is the literal voice memo of that songwriting session when that song was written.
That's like literally us working out the song. Yeah. But then like Sandcastle was the first time that Zach and I got together, and we're like, all right, let's go from lyrics first. Like, let's do what are you feeling in your life right now? We did the lyrics first, and then we went and made the track around it. That was the first time we did that.
All we had was chords, lyric, melody for Sandcastle, and Eustace things too. But Sandcastle was the first time that you and I ever did that together.
Yeah, and that's it, right? That's kind of how all of them are written, right? And Light at the End famously was we'd written the whole record. We'd kind of said, all right, let's stop writing rock songs for the record.
Oh, that was so sick.
And then Zach, like 2 or 3 days later, Zach was like, hey guys, I did something. And it was just almost all of Light at the End.
No, it was all the music.
It was all the music for Light at the End. Yeah.
And then he was like, because every time he's like, oh yeah, okay, we're done with this thing. And then like, oftentimes it'll be Zach, who's like catches a wild hair at fucking 10:30 at night and goes to bed at 6 o'clock in the morning. He's like, oh yeah, man, I'm really tired. I wrote a whole fucking track last night. We should check it out.
Yeah.
We're like, oh, we're gonna have to write to this. And so we sat down, and I remember that being, I think Light at the End was 2 banger, like 4-hour sessions done.
Yep.
Dude, the part when we were all in Brian's old room when he used to live in the master bedroom, and we realized, we're like, what do we want to do for the bridge? And then we just realized, like, oh, dude, let's just say all of the questions from the verses and just repeat them. And we
how long, how good, how strong.
They're all like, oh, we all sang the exact same melody. And they're like, oh, kids, sing the fucking chorus, and we continued singing it. Yeah, that was tight.
That was a good time. It's fun. They're all different. And we're only trying, going forward to make them even more different, find more ways to get 11 bangers to put on a record.
Brian Kelly, he's so sorry for blowing us up with questions, but he works at a meatpacking plant, so there's not a whole lot of talking. A quick note I have is, if that's anywhere near LA, I would like to talk to you about things involving your work. That's all.
Very cool. Slippy Dip says, what y'all got for tattoos? Does anyone have tattoos but me?
Dude,
Ivan has tattoos, though.
Dude, I almost walked into a place last week.
Really?
Just because I was like, I was tired from these fucking dogs. I was getting a donut, and I was like, I should just walk in, flip through a book, and grab something.
Dude, we can all get various good terms tattoos.
Here's the thing that will happen. Not, I won't do it because I'm intoxicated, but I'll be probably intoxicated when it happens, just because I'm like, now's the time. I will get like the hamster emoji tattooed on my body somewhere. It might be really small, but it's going to happen because that's just so funny to me. But I have a fund that's just sitting.
Ivan, you have a good story for your tattoo.
I have a fund sitting for a lot of tattoos. I will have this full fucking sleeve done.
Woo!
But amongst many other things. But My first tattoo I got in November of 2018. I was in Oxford, England with Jesse J, and a buddy of mine that was on the tour with me was like, yeah, man, if you want to get a tattoo, like a buddy of mine is here and he's fucking great. And I was like, cool, that's gonna happen. And so we finished load in the morning and I ran to the place, like took an Uber, fucking 35 minutes across Oxford, got this tattoo, came back just in time for sound check, and had my whole arm wrapped up in fucking cellophane and had a tattoo, and that was great. And the tattoo is of a lightning bolt, and then it says in Latin, because I'm basic as fuck, says like father like son, which is qualis fucking, I don't know. In Latin it means like as the father so the son. Basically my dad has the same tattoo of a lightning bolt that he got when he was like 16, right before he, I think, joined or left for the Air Force. He was 18, but he got it in DC from this guy Carol Nightingale, who's like a local tattoo legend. And he got it. He's like basically like pulled cash out of his pants. He's like, "What can I get for $18?" And the guy was like, "You can get fucking like 10 lines, and that's it." And so, like 2 nights later, he got in some kind of fucking fisticuffs or something like that, and like fucked the tattoo up, so it's a little blurry and shit. And you know, every time he goes to a different tattoo artist to like maybe get it like altered or sharpened up or something around it, they're like, "Oh, well, I'm not going to touch that. That's like Carol Nightingale. That's sacred art." And he's always been like a little ashamed of it or whatever have you. And of course, he's my dad, and he's like the fucking coolest guy I know, generally. And so I got the tattoo, super sharp, the same exact tattoo he got, but the way that he ostensibly would always have wanted it to represent the way that I see him, despite all of the things that he, like, you know, when he looks at himself, he sees the fuzzy, blurry tattoo and his mistakes and whatnot, and I just fucking see the sharp, crisp fucking superhero that he is. And you're crying. So
that's cool. I also have a tattoo. I have one tattoo, and I will get more. This is what it says. It's in Courier font, which is really funny because we had a text joke earlier today about Courier font tattoos, so that's great. But my tattoo says, "Be clearly aware of the stars and infinity on high." You might recognize that Infinity on High is the Fall Out Boy album with This Ain't a Scene, It's a Goddamn Arms Race, which is a obviously sick ass song. I knew before I got a tattoo that I wanted to get a Fall Out Boy related tattoo because Fall Out Boy was just my boys growing up.
And for lovers.
And what? No, I don't get it, dude.
Just pass.
I got it.
It's fine. It's fine.
So
what happened was that I was in college my sophomore year, and it was my roommate's birthday, which was on Valentine's Day. It was Will Jackson's birthday, and he was like, "Dude, I'm gonna get a tattoo today." He's like, "You want to come get a tattoo?" And I was like, "Yeah, man, I did." So this quote right here is actually from the Vincent Van Gogh letter that Pete Wentz got the line from. So I think it just means be optimistic or something. I don't know. Count your blessings.
See your potential as infinite, and this world is yours.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it fulfilled my Fall Out Boy tattoo, and also like kind of good influence.
Nice, yeah, that's sick.
But yeah, next I want to get the Cup of Death from Halo, which is a coffee cup with a skull on it.
Yes!
And I got to get some Story So Far lyrics tattooed in a circle around it.
You want to do that in like 3 weeks?
Yeah.
Hey, here's the thing. Wait, can I
Yes.
pause and jump in here?
Yeah.
In chat, I will come up with a fun way that maybe encourages engagement on our social media and also just peer pressures, where I want to get for May 28th is that motherfucker's birthday, and we're all going to get tattoos at or around that birthday, including that motherfucker right there, because I'm itching for another one because they're addictive as fuck and he needs one. So it has been said. So whatever you want to do, chat, to just berate him and absolutely bombard us with encouragement, ideas, just general whatever, do it, because May 28th is a fucking reckoning, and that boy will be inked.
Well,
So-
Steph
Help
says
me.
tattoo live stream.
I have an idea.
Yeah, boy.
I have an idea,
IG Live, absolutely.
and
Gio
I would
has an
like to
idea?
hear it. I think, Zach, you should get, because I know you like music, and you're
Oh no, don't say it.
you should get a G. Do you know what a G clef is?
Oh God.
Upside down, and then you
Uh-huh.
put that up against a bass. Do you know what a bass clef is?
No.
And it'll like, bro, and it'll like make a heart.
It makes it-
Oh,
Wait,
it's fucking, dude.
Dude.
It's fucking sick, dude.
right here, baby. I just want everyone to know that I like the most.
I want it on your. I want it on your like ankle.
it's
great.
something, obviously
Then you
this is wrong, but it's something like this, right? Like close to,
Yes, it is. It almost exactly. No,
It's-
we'll do behind.
A blind person's rendering of that. Very nice. Thank you.
okay. Oh, I can go to Berkeley.
Hey.
Where,
hey, so
by
I-
the way,
Oh.
I saw that tattoo. Oh, wow.
No, so the joke is that everyone gets a fucking dumb tattoo when they're 18, and Gio and I went to music school, and
Under certain circumstances, could be the toughest tattoo you get. You know.
And we're back.
I think I'm. Oh,
I fucking hate what's happening, and I'll fix it.
why?
Okay.
Why is it happening? It's like timing out or something.
Yeah. It may have something to do with a trial version of loopback audio, but we'll see.
Oh, that's what it is. That's really
that'll
funny.
do it. We should.
All right,
Just,
hey, I got 2 questions for Gio.
oh, that's nice.
From Oklahoma Knowles, I got Gio. Have you ever played a Schecter?
I have played a Schecter.
What do you think of Schecters?
I honestly, they're the craziest looking basses in the world. I never reached for them ever. And yet every time I pick one up, I have a blast with it. They're so fast.
Mm-hmm.
They're so sharp and really like malleable in the way you can make them sound. I honestly, like, I probably wouldn't own one, because to own a Schecter puts you in a category in that way, but it's not a bad category.
It's just a category.
I have played Schecters, and I legitimately love playing them. I had like the best bass. I shouldn't say this, but one of my favorite basses I've ever had was an Ibanez SR 550, which is so
Schecter.
True.
so essentially a Schecter. And it was great. What's the
Oh yeah,
Caleb.
oh,
sorry.
Schecter artist.
sorry, Schecter. I do love your basses.
Caleb on YouTube also asks for Gio, what led you to a 5-string?
Hype, dude. Fucking hype, dude. When you can hit.
Dude, I was part of that convincing. I'm sure.
Well, dude, honestly, I played my Stingray 4-string all through college. Like, and I was kind of like really into like jazz and shit and bebop, which I thought was really funny.
Yeah, that checks out.
To play all that on my 4-string Stingray. But I was in a wedding band, and I was getting really bored, and it was just something so special about an extra 6 low notes, and that's what brought me there, was just a low B when no one's expecting it, least of all me, is what brought me to it. It's just like that's like that's really good. That's really good.
Wow.
That's really good.
Gio, what's that bass behind you? That blue one.
Oh, that's my custom P with the 50s pickup on it, the single coil.
Yuck, dude.
Want to give us a little demo of it?
It sounds so good. I actually do have my Avalon plugged in, but this thing sounds fucking amazing. I picked it up for like an indie record last month.
I'll give you $5 if you slap on it right now.
I did this morning just to fuck around, and it sounds horrible, and I love it.
$5. All right.
It's
Perfect.
It's very cool. This is like the my most recent bass. I haven't bought a 4-string in about 15 years, and this is the one I chose to buy.
Nice.
I think it was a good decision.
I love it. I'm like only gonna pick those as long as I can. Although
That's
I have
sick.
like 2 very expensive 5-string J's, and I also love those.
Got to use those, man. All right, Anna Garcia. She's got two-parter questions.
Okay.
I'll just do both at once, and we can answer them separately. She says, "Hey, what advice would you give to an aspiring musician? And also, what type of movies are you all into?"
Oh Jesus.
So, okay, let's go first. What advice would we give to an aspiring musician?
I can go.
Go do it.
Just literally just fucking do it. Like just let yourself be completely obsessed with it. If that's how you feel, let yourself be obsessed with it. Let yourself listen to one song all fucking day, 60 times in a row. Let yourself be obsessed with how a kick drum sounds. Let yourself be obsessed with fucking modes. Like, I think, if I'm lucky enough to have kids and they want to do music, I would only be an advocate, because I think I've spent a lot of my life dedicated to something that I'm really passionate about, and I've been able to make a living at that. And that's what a wonderful gift and what a wonderful way to live your life, doing something that you actually give a huge fuck about. And just keep doing it. It's weird because people are like, don't do music, blah, blah, blah. But like, we're all here. We're all in music. We're all in our late 20s. And I'm not a bitter person about it. I don't think I ever will be. I love the fuck out of this life. So just fucking keep going and be obsessed with it. That's how you get good at this, is being absolutely obsessed and consumed. Yeah. Good luck to you.
Yeah.
Sweet of you.
First off, remove aspiring. You're just a musician. So
yeah, fuck off.
So it's just consider that took a long time for me to come to grips with. First, calling myself a musician. Second, calling myself a producer, even though I was producing all the time. And lastly, recently, calling myself an artist, because I was like, oh yeah, I'm an artist. That's like validating and sick to say, and you should treat.
Yes, you should
perceive yourself as such.
Like, it's not an F word anymore. It's not like a taboo. Like, I don't feel bad about it, right? Like, you know how it used to be like, oh, is it weird? Like, no, dude, you are. Like, take yourself seriously.
And also, just from whatever I can offer from like the business side, is your like best strategic advantage to being successful as a musician and as a creator and as an artist is to literally just be yourself and create exactly what you want. Because like, if you just do something with the most passion and the most focus and in the most, I don't know, your combination of interests and all the things that like anybody can be anybody else, but only you can be you. And that's honestly what people want to see. So just trust in that whenever you're feeling, doubtful or for whatever reason. And yeah.
Ivan, what about you? What advice you got?
What is this advice for an aspiring artist?
Or aspiring musician? Yeah.
Aspiring musician. Yeah. So I just said take yourself seriously, but what I actually mean is, because I think it's important to not take yourself too seriously, but the actual important part is to believe in and believe yourself. So like, if you ever do something that you don't believe, like if you like listen back to something, you're like, I don't believe that. It's like, then yeah, fuck it off. Like, believe what you do and believe in what you do. It doesn't mean you have to take yourself like too seriously, because sometimes that can get like a little out of control, but like believe in whatever you're doing, and like always try to be doing something that, like, a big thing for me that this band was the first time where I felt like I had that was in all of whatever art and music that I took part of before in whatever form. I always felt the need to qualify something before I showed somebody something. It was like, okay, so here's the thing, and then here's a little elevator pitch before I show it to you that's me explaining away any defects or whatever that I want. Is just like, yeah, here's something that I don't feel the need, like it stands on its own, and getting to that point was huge for me. So just like try to get to that spot where you can just be, very trust in what you do, and don't do something that makes you feel the need to qualify it. Definitely just journaling is huge. Like
For
writing,
sure.
like writing like fucking word vomiting is massive. And just like don't immediately like shut your thoughts down and just be like, oh yeah, well what I'm thinking isn't worth hearing. It's like, no, just write all that out, because you'll be surprised at sometimes if you write what your stream of thought and your stream of consciousness is, and you read it back later on, you're like, holy shit, it's like inner me is talking to outer me, and you can kind of learn a lot about yourself and about what your art might want to be. And that may be more towards songwriting.
Sick.
Also just like, yeah, always be doing what you love, and don't not do what you love.
My advice is, knowing that you are calling yourself a musician, find out what specifically it is that you love that moves you. And in doing that, you will find out maybe who your people are. I realized after kind of a long time of playing music that I really wanted to play punk rock music specifically. And there's a lot of genres of music that I like, that I'm interested in, and that I play in my own time. But like, as far as like the music that I want to participate in, there's a reason that punk rock is draws me in, which is part of the reason that I'm in the band I'm in. And then also I found out that I give a shit about playing. I give a shit about writing. And that's kind of it. I kind of don't really care about records. I kind of don't really care about tones and what, like I do, but like not really. And so I found out that in this band, I'm with everybody else in the band has engineering skills. And so they have that side of the band covered. And there's people who like to produce, and there's people who are interested in the logistics of how the business runs and how tours happen and whatnot. And so we all get our corner to just exist and grow and do our thing in. And that makes us all feel healthier and makes the whole band kind of rise on its own. So my advice is find what you're into and use that to, find your people. And after that fantastic answer that I just gave, I'm going to go into the next question.
Well, she has a part two.
Oh, yeah. The next question is, what type of movies are y'all into?
All right. We have a minute each, no longer.
Yes, we do. That's great. Okay, Zach, real quick. What type of movies are you into?
I like Marvel movies a lot. That's probably my favorite movie. I like horror movies, specifically pretty much anything A24 makes. Everything on the A24 catalog. Yep. Star Wars. And yeah, that's most of it. I like most stuff though. But yeah.
Gio, what are your favorite movies?
Oh, favorite movies?
No, type of movies. What type of movies are you into?
I don't know. I like to watch a lot of. What are you pointing at?
You.
He has the full thing. He can see the whole thing.
Hey, don't worry about it. Just what kind of movies are you into, Gio?
Well, I am. Does this work if I'm looking that way?
I am the opposite way of you.
Oh shit! I gotta point down.
Yeah.
Okay. There you go, dude.
Great job. I've ever been taller than you and in a position of power.
Oh, that's this way actually.
Hey, I don't know. That's a good question. I don't really judge with movies. I like watching Skyscraper. I like watching all of that horrible shit. But I'm dating someone who's really into film, so I've watched really nice stuff like Eternal Sunshine, and which is absolutely beautiful. Is the first time I watched that. We just watched Meyerowitz Stories, which I really loved.
I haven't seen
like Good Time a lot. I like Uncut Gems a lot.
Same.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right, Ivan, go ahead and try to sum up what kind of movies you like.
Okay,
yes,
so
chat.
You have a minute to talk, mother.
It's fine.
Well, you can't say Marvel.
Everything that was just said. So I got that out of the way. And man, I have the biggest fucking soft spot for romantic anything else. Romantic comedy, romantic drama. Holy shit.
Wait, shout out your boy.
Which boy?
Come on, family, baby.
Oh, dude. I don't have friends. I have family. Yeah. I stan Vin Diesel and by extension Dominic Toretto.
Wait, so what do we think of Pacifier then?
Oh,
Big
you
Bang.
want to do the Peter Pan?
Basically, Fast and Furious 10.
I'll do the fucking
Oh shit!
I know the fucking Peter Panda dance.
We all need to
baby.
learn that. That's fucking rad.
Anyway, no, I do stand Vin Diesel and Fast and Furious and everything about that franchise because I think it's saved the first movie and the taboos that it hit when it was in 2001, but what it's carried on in terms of family and loyalty and respect, and it's fucking awesome. And also it's just great action. But yeah, my niche for myself is like romantic, like what would have in 2010 been called chick flicks, which I resent because your boy fucking loves them. And I can quote Phantom Menace just as well as I can quote The Notebook. If not, it's better with The Notebook because
Notebook does rip, yeah.
I can probably speak that whole movie right now off the top of my head because it's so good.
That'll be on the
my favorite movies are vast. I don't really have a specific taste in movies. In TV shows, I tend to only watch animated shows. It was a thing that happened to me after Black Mirror just sucked all of the joy out of me, and I was like, "Fuck this! If it's got humans in it, I don't care." But as far as movies, I love adventure movies. I really love the rousing orchestral score. Excuse me. I love the fun character archetypes. So yeah, those are my favorite movies.
Cool.
Brian Kelly asks, what are your guys' favorite scream/sing bands?
Oh, all of them.
There's so many. That's a lot of bands. Under Oath. Under Oath is
Under Oath, massive.
Devil
Wears Prada.
Movements.
I feel like he's talking about like good cop, bad cop bands.
Okay. Dance Gavin Dance.
Oh yeah, of course, Dance Gavin Dance. Yeah.
Dance Gavin Dance. Yeah.
I mean, recently, everything by Era and Bill Murray is gold.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
What else? Gio, you have any thoughts?
What was the question?
What are your favorite scream/sing bands?
Oh.
Like, the possibly doesn't have to, but the two vocalists, one's or maybe just a vocalist who does both styles. Alexis on Fire.
Oh, huge Alexis on Fire, yeah.
Sure. I know that one song. I've like there was a time where I listened to them a lot.
Oh, Kim says Wage War.
Oh, Wage War first album, super good. Wage War second album, solid, also good. Wage War third album, boo.
Whoa, it just sounded like
Grendel's Dead says, how do you like your eggs in the morning?
Over easy.
Yeah,
over easy.
Over easy.
Scrambled, baby.
I fuck with
poached, dude.
Scrambled
Do you have time? Do you guys have time for poached eggs?
Yeah.
Time.
Eggs Benedict is the best breakfast that could ever be had, and I will fucking die on that hill. Scrambled is great if you're making like a conglomerate dish, but over easy is great because it just kind of like goes on anything, avocado toast or any like it's fucking great.
Oh, hold on. I have to go back really quick. BK, I need to respond to BK. He said
Brian,
Vanna. Dude, Vanna.
Oh, fuck yeah, Vanna.
Trio, big band.
Dude, someone brought up Vanna.
Oh, a Day to Remember, duh.
Day to Remember for sure. Who brought up Vanna? Oh, your friend from Given. What's his name? I really like
Sam.
Sam
Aponis.
Oh no, Chase.
In Marked Life, yeah.
Oh yeah, Marked Life fucks hard.
Wait, no. Who am I talking about? Who's
talking about Chase?
Chase.
We're talking about Chase. Oh, we're talking about Chase. Sorry.
Is he in Mark's Life or is he in?
No. Chase is the singer of Give In, but
He is
Sam is in both bands.
Oh, okay. I like him a lot, and we were
Chase.
talking about Vanna, and I was like, "Fuck yeah, Vanna!" That's crazy. I haven't heard about them in a long time. I just privately listened to like that one record.
The third record is
Not A New Hope, but what's it called?
A New Hope.
It is A New Hope. Okay,
That's not a good name for
that's
a
the best
record.
intro to any record.
Or is it an incredible name?
Depends on who you are.
That
Kid, you have to listen. You have to listen to this. It's the best album opener like ever.
Let's Have an Earthquake is the best intro to any record, especially at that time. I remember I bought the record in Worcester and drove home and listened to it with my band in high school, and we were losing our goddamn mind. Also, Steve Evans.
Yeah, he rips.
Love Steve Evans.
I heard a really weird Steve Evans story. I have to tell you at a different time.
Okay.
I have to pee, which is great because Nitalics asks, what did you guys think of England? Got to represent the homeland. And I have never been there. So you guys answer what you guys think of England while I pee.
Gio, you want to start?
Yeah, I have a few. My first time in England was the first two dates I did with Muna. And I was terrified. Shoreditch was great. Shout out to like the espresso and whiskey shake that we had literally every morning.
Oh my god.
Shaky. That was great. But it started with Ivan breaking into our Airbnb. That was fucking sweet. I loved it, man. I want to like live there for a summer and buy a little Triumph and just scoot around. We did smoke a cigarette, or we bought a pack of cigarettes, and I didn't love that experience. I know the
Being different.
What is this loop back?
It's an internal fucking thing. We're back now. God damn.
Oh, I see. Okay.
We're back now.
Cool.
This won't ever happen again, I promise. Anyway,
Thanks
what?
Just thanks to the chat for letting us know. Please keep
Yeah,
doing it.
huge.
This is very fun. I'm having a good time. And
Yes,
Yeah,
me
I'm
too.
having a blast.
I'm really, really enjoying this, guys.
Hi, Rachie.
They say hello, Rach.
Very sick. Brian Kelly asks, what's y'all's favorite tuning?
It's funny that I hadn't answered the UK question.
Oh, God. Well, I went pee.
Well, did you ask though?
All right. Well, yeah, no, go ahead.
Well,
Go ahead.
audio
Go ahead.
issues.
Talk about that. Talk
Yeah,
about
you're
that.
good. My short and sweet about the UK is that when I started my international travel, the first country I went to, beside Canada, which is diet travel. Canada's fucking awesome, by the way. The first country I went to was China, which is wild. And China's awesome, and other things as well, all in one. But I was the least fucking excited ever to go to the UK because for whatever reason, I don't actually know why. I was just like, this is going to be like the least exciting place in the world. And as anyone who knows me will tell you, I love to love things. I love to love things. And if I go in, I rarely go into a situation not wanting to or expecting to love a thing. And I went into UK being like, I'm not going to give a fuck about this place. And I got to tell you, I fucking love the UK. I love almost every I can't remember which ones I don't like, but there were some that were like kind of duds. Every fucking place in the UK I went, I was just like, I would live here. Manchester, amazing. London, driving should be more important to figure out in London, but I'll digress. But yeah, Cardiff was awesome. Wales, fucking great. Scotland, I love. Yeah, it's the UK is the shit. It's so great. It's so quaint. I love everyone's attitude there because they're kind of all like the same breed of asshole that I am, which is just like, I'm nice, but I also am going to be mean and not give a fuck, but I do give a fuck. And everyone wears black, and I love that everyone wears black.
Ivan and I also work with a lot of Brits in our touring work, and you guys just talk right. Like proper has entered my vocabulary in just the correct way. Just being like, oh, it's a proper this. It's like, yeah, it is a proper this.
The first time somebody called me a right geezer, I was so like,
ugh. That's nice.
You'd say a lot of shit that like, oh, we'll fuck that off. But just like saying to move something, like, oh, we'll fuck that off.
Also, just like
there's
and pardon my French here, cunt is punctuation in the UK. That shit's crazy. That, no joke. It's that doesn't have the same meaning. It just is in place for any noun ever, and that's wild. And it was at first it was wild for me to get on board with, and then it just became second nature. And I was like, all right, you're gonna move this thing over there, and it's being a real thing right now. Okay, cool. UK is awesome.
That's awesome.
Right.
One day I'll go to the UK. It'll be great.
Favorite tuning.
Yeah, Brian Kelly wants to know what's our favorite tuning. We play in D standard mostly, or drop C. D standard with a drop C.
It might become drop B soon, but we'll talk about that.
It may, yeah. All of the live streams have been a half step down from that. So C sharp standard with a drop B if we do that.
Drop G is my fave. No.
Right. Yeah. I hate alternate tunings other than like drop D. Yeah. I hate like, hey, here's a great song. You got to tune all of the guitar differently to play it though.
I'm like, I'm not learning the song.
Like, oh yeah, it's not for so the other guitar player plays that part. Okay.
Natalix said that word is dangerously common here, and we apologize. And I say, Natalix, don't you fucking dare apologize. It's hysterical, and I'm here for normalizing shit. So anyway, jumping off of your comment, Keith, in terms of alternate tunings, I get it. It's obnoxious when you're. I mean, I am a professional guitar tech, and I gotta tell you, man. Alternate tunings be a motherfucker for me because guitar, and it means like oftentimes it also means like, yeah, cool. I'm gonna hand you this guitar, and then the next song you're gonna hand me it back, and you're gonna have tuned it in an alternate tuning. And for whatever reason, like if I'm in my room and I want to change my guitar to an alternate tuning, I change it once, and it's like, cool, I'll be here for the rest of fucking the week. But on a stage, it's like, oh man, you're gonna have to try. Like you're gonna have to tune it and retune it 4 times within the scope of 4 minutes, and then it's gonna go out in another 4 minutes. But
and it's an Ernie Ball.
Yeah, true. All that being said, my favorite tuning is probably the tuning for Led Zeppelin's Rain Song, because it was the first one that I learned that was like, it was the first song that I learned that wasn't in E standard. Or I guess drop D, which is hardly a different tuning. It's just, it is a little bit, but it's D, G, D, G, C, D. One of those wild tunings. Just like, someone got high and changed their tuning and like wrote this like wild thing. And when I learned Rain Song by Zeppelin and I played it, I never played it with lyrics. I always just played it as an instrumental, and just like the things that it opens your, not to sound too like hippie or whatever, it opens your mind to like new things that you didn't think of. You know, imagine you're playing piano and suddenly your hands are twice as big, so they can reach different places that you never thought, you know, voicings that you didn't have before. And it just like, it forces you to like double check what you thought was possible or capable with a solo instrumentation. And I really fuck with that. So that's probably my favorite. Like,
Yeah.
my real answer is E standard because it's
E standard.
fucking awesome, dude. E
Or D
standard
standard.
is shit. Like, I want a Stratocaster in E standard, and I'm done. That's my
or something standard.
But
man, what a beautiful ratio between those 6 strings, isn't
but
it?
if you're looking for
Ivan, thank you for the top 5 tunings.
Yeah. All right. Fuck me.
Just read a whole.
Damn, Brian Jones put a really funny comment on Twitch. So if you're on Twitch, you can see that.
He said my
I
favorite
can't.
is BADABADABAEGEGEGEFFE.
Yep, that's exactly what the comment was. Caleb has got another question for Gio, and he says, "Would you recommend a 5-string for an intermediate bassist?"
Yeah,
And
dude.
the answer is yes, for sure. Sorry, Gio. You got it. You can
get in on the ground floor.
Start
dude.
immediately.
There's just
learn a 5, dude.
Yeah, there's some people out here who call like 5-string like cheating because it's like I don't know, like, and also people like love to have the excuse like, well, why do you need that like low end? It's like, dude, it's
a bass
21.
Also, you're fucking in charge of
21,
dog. What are you talking about?
Like, and people are like, you're never going to hear that in the mix. It's like, dude, I'm a fucking mix engineer, and I mix hip hop. I mix everything. You think people don't give me 30 hertz tones?
Also, live, you definitely like no one gets the woofers fucking moving like that B string.
What's funny is well, first of all, Jaco Lover 45 says you don't need more strings, you need more practice. I'm pretty sure Jaco Lover 45 is Brian Jones.
There's one person that could be. I'm moving to that camp.
That's really fucking funny.
That's so funny. Just play a bass. People play 6-string. Doesn't Thundercat play a 6-string?
Thundercat plays a 6-string, and he has become a mainstream icon for it.
Yeah,
so like, who knows what's happening?
Just pick whatever bass you can find. Honestly, I was playing Kids Rogue 5-string the other day, and I was like, this thing fucking feels great. So
if you're playing bass, you're providing a service to the world.
All right,
doesn't matter what kind of bass it is,
and probably getting gigs. Ain't no guitar players getting gigs.
Play with whatever bass makes you money. You play that one.
Yeah. Can I say anything real quick?
You got it, Ivan.
Yes, guitar player.
Let's normalize using a pick on a bass.
100%.
It's not a cop out. It's a sound. It's a tone.
I was against it. And I didn't play pick until I needed to, which a lot of the Muna stuff was just pick, and most of my shedding was just learning how to fucking play with a pick, and I'm still not very good at it. It's very hard. Just fucking play it. Like, who gives a shit? Like, whatever you can find, play it.
Honestly, it's like, for finger bass, right? It's like, oh yeah, you can only use like soft wool mallets on the drums. You can never use drumsticks. It's like, that's the difference between like finger and picked bass. It's like, it's just a whole different
sound.
You're like cutting out as a tonal option for people. Like, yes, as a guitar player and not a bass player, I will tell you that I can do more with a pick on a bass than I can do with my fingers because I don't have that kind of dexterity built in and that muscle memory. But for a bassist who's a fucking bassist, like that guy, yeah, it's just another tool in the toolkit, as it were.
I will say there is rarely pick on this record. Having said all of that,
I mean, how are you honestly supposed to sweep pick without a pick?
I know. Gio?
You can't sweep pick with your fingers. It doesn't make any sense.
It's like the Victor Wooten method. You go,
Hey, so we got Grendel's Dead. Grendel's Dead says, I feel like a lot of artists write masterpieces when they're going through some shit IRL. So let's speak hypothetically that you're living a content life. How do you go about honing those feelings into your music without it bleeding it back into existence?
Oh, that's a really good question.
A content life? I'll tell you when I'm living a content life. That's the real thing.
That makes me sad.
I mean, if I can learn to be happy day to day, that's fucking great. But I can't imagine there's ever gonna be a vacuum of things that irk me enough to write a song about. Questions that I have deep down that I just need to write a punk song about.
I think as a good songwriter, you just have to be honest. So being honest about what is negatively affecting you, that's going to come out. And if your life
Positively.
I mean, it's just going to come out in whatever way. Like if you're at any point you're like, guys, like punk music's angry and sad. So like, what can we write about that's angry and sad? It's like no one like that sucks. Don't make that. Like just write what is true to you. And for us, I mean, I didn't think there was a market for songs about hating your job, but apparently people connect with that. I think I'm just kind of like a whiny douche talking about all of that, but like it's a whatever. I just was honest. And then it was like, oh, I could talk to Ivan and we could co-write about that experience that we were going through at the same time. And then that was the birth of a lot of songs. And then it was like that meant a different thing what we were going through to Brian and to Gio. And I mean, we've already wrote a bunch of songs for the next record, and none of them are about similar topics. They're just about different things that we're going through in a positive or negative way. And like, I don't know, I would really, there's a song that's just about how much we love our girlfriends, and it's like the best song that we've made so far. And that's just what it's going to be. Like, I don't know that you're going to necessarily always get
True.
You're going to get truth from us. And I think that's like what we focus on as songwriters. And that's just what you'll hear in the course of our career.
I also will say that like, I won't sacrifice. I want to be a musician and like be in a band full time, whatnot. But I won't sacrifice my life to make a masterpiece. Like,
yeah,
as much as I want to make a masterpiece, and as much as I know there are masterpieces that are people going through some shit. Like, if I go through some shit and make a masterpiece out of it, that's great. But like, my journey and goal has to be to to deal with my shit in the healthy way first, right? So.
And also, I think like being a good artist and a good writer is like not needing pain to. I mean, if you are going through something, music is a great form of therapy or whatever it might be. But like, that's why I think a lot of bands, their best two records are usually their best, or their first two records are usually their best, because it's like that's the time when they're like, fuck, my life sucks, and then they succeed and they become a touring band, and they're like, this is pretty good. This is like, I'm about this life. And then the songs start feeling faker and faker. And then they start like moving toward like well, guys, like, we really need a XM Octane hit. So let's write one of those. And it's just like, that's not inspiring to listen to. Like, truth is inspiring. That's just what people need to be focusing on.
I'll jump on that and say that a big thing that I've always been aware of, and my parents definitely made me aware of, because we had some close family friends that we lost to hard drugs early in life, one of which I'm named after. A lot of my musical idols had the same feeling that like there's
solo dolo real quick. Sorry,
what's that?
IBS attack. You guys got a solo dolo?
Rock on. Yeah, so you have a lot of these artists that are quote unquote tortured artists, and most artists are tortured artists in some way. Also, most people are tortured artists in some way. They just, don't get it out in whatever way. But you have these people like, Bradley from Sublime, who's just like, yeah, like this is what it takes to like fuel my art. I have to keep, putting this shit in my body that makes me feel this way, that keeps me inspired, and often it's negatively inspired. And so you see a lot of these like, a lot of artists that we lost to heroin and whatever have you, because they thought that they needed that for their art, and what they really, were getting at was that they needed the truth of themselves. So I definitely don't think that requiring negative feedback is required for your artistry. But when we started this album campaign, I had to write a synopsis for our record, and one of the things that I wrote was that this record for me was a farewell letter to my past, a love letter to my present, and a wish list for my future. And that's kind of how I approach. If I ever sit down, I'm like, all right, I'm going to write a song. There's all three of those angles to go at, which is like, what are you currently feeling? What's something in the past, whether it's good, bad, indifferent, some other thing that you want to just like tie off or what's the thing that you're looking forward to, or whatever have you. And there's a lot of things like, in this, to answer the question, like, okay, you're in this, like, you're perfectly content. What fuels you to write a song? It's like you can be perfectly content and still have unfinished business in your past, whether it's something you're holding on to, something you haven't let go, whatever have you. And sometimes, like, the perfect catharsis for me is to just, like, get that out in song form, and by writing it out, even if it never gets released, but especially if it does. And Useless Things was definitely this for me. It's like, writing Useless Things was, I got to get this shit the fuck out of my head, so I'm not the one that's living with it this whole time, and I can officially, like, send it off. And as soon as I finished writing Useless Things, I was immediately, like, 20 pounds lighter and felt,
Yeah.
I
You
felt
feel
that-
so much lighter when you finish the songs about the bad shit.
And when I wrote that, it's not that I was living inside that emotion currently. It was that I was on the mend. I was, like, getting out of that space, but it's still, I tried to evict it, but it was still squatting, and it was still there. And it was still just, like, occupying space somewhere fucking in the back of my mind. And literally the second I finished writing that, and I recorded a voice memo of me singing and playing it, Zach, playing the guitar solo. Oh man, huge news here. As soon as I finished recording that voice memo, before it was made and arranged for good terms, before it was released, it was gone. It was literally like, this isn't mine anymore. This emotion, this pain, this guilt, this whatever, I don't own it anymore, because I just gave it to this recording, and it's for whomever hears this recording, and it's no longer mine, and it's not mine to bear.
Ivan, by the way, Stephanie just texted me saying, hey, I think the audio goes out every 20 minutes, which means that it's going to go out in about a minute and a half right now. So just be on the lookout for that.
In 10 seconds, let's see. 8, 7,
Yes,
6,
5, 4, 3. Okay, let's play the next record, guys. LP2.
Do you think it's out?
Do you guys think it's out? Brian Jones.
I just dips the fuck out.
Yo, Gio, do you have anything to add to that about, honestly, just the overall topic of just writing songs about such negative topics? Do you have anything to add?
I do. For me, I'm at a place in my life where I have been for the past couple of years about being really protective over
be happening every 20 minutes.
Yeah. I'm going to show photos of these dogs then.
And we're back.
Isn't that
I'm getting better at this.
Stephanie, thank you so much, Steph.
That's a cute one.
All right, sorry. Gio, you're back on.
Gio, you can also show real life pictures of those dogs, aka bring them in. Go on.
I know. Wait, hold on.
Gio showing puppies. Oh my God, it's so small, Gio. It's so small.
Wait, can I match my?
Man, you look fucking morning hot, dude.
I know.
That's great.
Gio showing pictures. I have to show a video that I took when we were sound checking today. I fucking died when I saw that.
They're real cute. That one of them goes tomorrow. It's crazy. Doc goes tomorrow at 2 p.m. Yeah, and then Petey goes out Monday. So I'm gonna be sad for the next week.
You should come over here.
All right, we got some from Steph. Steph says, "What is your non-musical passion?"
I'll start. I have a lot, I think.
Yes, you probably are the most well-rounded person.
I really like.
Oh, also, good night, Kim. Good night, Brian. Thank you, guys.
Oh, good night. Dream only of me.
Sorry, non-musical passions, Gio.
Yeah, I think I have a lot. I mean, I like motorcycles a lot. I'm selling mine if anyone wants to buy it. and buying a new one and a faster one. And I really like working out. I really like to go to parks and read and journal. Those are my non-musical passions, everybody.
Fuck yeah. Look at Gio. Ivan, you got some non-musical passions up your sleeve?
I don't actually like anything. I don't like doing most things.
Consuming media?
Here's the thing. I'm interested in almost every fucking thing on the world.
Ivan is the most interested person I know.
Interested.
Not the most interesting. I'm
interested.
The most interested. I'm interested in fucking everything.
Ivan, list some random jobs you've had. Some random things you've done on the job.
Random.
Random.
I love cooking. I like graphic design. I like woodworking. I like electronics. I like fixing and building electronics. I like refining processes, which is like super niche.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Very fucking true.
You do.
I've worked with kids. That's fucking awesome. I really dig air conditioning as a general.
Oh, Slippy Dip says frisbee golf or longboarding or surfing.
Frisbee golf.
Sure.
I hate to be a cishet white guy.
No, you don't.
Fucking love frisbee golf.
You like golf? You like the frolf?
Hey man, have you ever done it? Because it's a fucking blast.
No, they have like the craziest like courses in the world and where I'm from on the vineyard. Like people
Here's
go.
The other thing, I'm so good at it.
Okay,
So good at it.
We used to play ultimate frisbee before the unprecedented times.
Before the dark days. In the before 4 times.
Where is this kid? Is he shitting?
Yeah. Zach. One of Zach's non-musical passions is having irritable bowel syndrome.
Very passionate about it.
Which means that sometimes Zach is just like, nah, fuck this. I want to go poop right now.
Yeah.
That's what I want to do, and I'm doing it, which is what Zach is doing right now.
It's a bummer that he's not here for this because I want to know. Oh, here we go. I'm going to ask him this because I want to know what his non-musical passions are because I'm convinced he doesn't.
Zach, what are your non-musical passions?
And it can't involve music.
It can't involve music. Non-musical.
Well, I was watching the stream whilst
we know
starting. Yeah.
All of my passions are music, or all of my.
So I want you to say, I don't have any.
The NFL, which is weird.
Nice.
Yep. I really like the NFL, but not even watching it, just like consuming
about it.
The National Football League cinematic universe of like, just like listening to podcasts of them and just being like, damn, that is crazy that this season is going to be 17 games. Like, wow. So interesting that Kenny Golladay, of all the places that he could go, he turned down a really great opportunity to go to the Ravens, and he decided he wants to go to New York. You know, the Game of Thrones element of that. Playing ultimate frisbee is great, which Gio is supposed to.
I love it. I'm actually the leader of the Facebook group.
Gio has missed every ultimate frisbee game.
Coming back, Scotty Two Hats was over here this morning.
How is Scotty Two Hats? My boss.
Great, dude.
He's good.
My superior. I fucking love that guy.
He gave us great news about the push, so that's good.
Scotty is the drummer of Muna, if you're wondering.
And
I'm blessed to have the non-musical passion of Halo 5.
Hey,
I'm really happy to have found that passion after many years of also not having any non-musical passions. And luckily I enjoy Halo 5.
And he's very good at it.
So add my girlfriend's account, OG Singanini. I play on my girlfriend's account. I have my own account, but she plays on that one. It was a mistake, but that's the way it is now. Nitalix asks, what's it like having a tangible debut record out? Is it anything like you imagined prior to its release?
It's crazy as fuck. It's both somehow underwhelming and overwhelming. I think when you think about like man, how crazy is it that this band that I love, like, it must feel so great to have released this album that I think is so great. And like, it's underwhelming realizing that, like, for somebody, I might be that person who's like, they really like this record. And for me, I'm just like, I still feel like me. And so it's underwhelming in that fact, but it's overwhelming in the fact that, like, I release this thing finally, I being we, that I'm so fucking proud of, and that people that are complete fucking strangers are like to the moon about, and that's overwhelming, and it feels incredible. So it's kind of this like duplicity for me, for sure.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Zach?
Kid, elaborate. What do you
When I was a kid, I remember watching an old documentary on Pearl Jam, and the guy from Pearl Jam was like, "Man, dude, like my debut record 10 just came out, and it's so lame that it's just this tiny little CD, but I got them to make this like fold out of the CD cover so that I can hold it up on TV, being like, here's my album, like all my like heroes did." And I was just like, oh man, yeah, I know it sucks. Everything is CDs nowadays, and it's probably just gonna be iTunes libraries even later on. And so to be in 2021 and to have put out a fucking vinyl record and to have sold a lot, it's the only physical
We have very few left.
It's the only physical copies of the debut of the record we have. We don't have very many left. We almost sold out of our 300 run. It's not even a dream come true because I never even dreamed of this. But honestly, it hasn't even really sunk in that the record's out yet. Like, I kind of look at the Spotify numbers and I'm just like, oh yeah, people are listening to Chess. That means the record's out. It's very surreal.
It hasn't hit yet because we haven't played a show because we can't play a show. But when strangers that are now not strangers anymore because we've had this repertoire with them, like, type in lyrics as we're playing live on Fridays.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just like, oh, this is fucking real. And this is real outside of my and my compatriots like lives. Like, the fact that we have like a strong following in Chicago, in Atlanta, and it's like this, or in Australia, where it's like, holy shit, that's amazing. Yeah. That's when it hits like a little bit for me, but it'll hit huge when I can see that I have never met before who knows the lyrics better than I do. I can't wait for that.
Gio, how do you feel?
I felt really good about it until I found out that you decorate your walls with hats.
Hey man, fuck you, dude. Literally, yeah, Gio is the lamest member of Good Terms. Sixfold. All right. Gio works out solely because he doesn't feel good enough about himself or something like that. I don't know. You guys want to know why Gio is so hot? Insecurity. As soon as that goes away, it's not fucking hot anymore.
I just wish that I could wear some of those hats. I'm jealous that you have the hubris, those top two ones, to wear those hats, and that's something that I'll never have, and that's amazing.
Hey, he's the hat. Kid looks so hot in those hats.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Hold on.
I know it's a symbol of his like his literal hubris as to he's just gonna put on.
No.
Yeah, it's great.
Kid,
that's great.
Kid, no, put on one of the wide brims, dude.
Well, you can't.
Okay. I almost wore this to our photo shoot.
That's a great hat.
I fucking love this hat. Stephanie got it for me.
That hat really says, I love Patrick Stump.
That hat really says, I am a train conductor for H&M. That's what it says. And he didn't.
This, however, like, man.
Oh, yeah.
I wish I had this.
This hat would work if it wasn't also the douchebag LA hotel cafe guy.
No,
I love the set.
But here's the thing.
Not the camel brown. If it were that camel brown one, like the Pharrell shit, that would be like, oh, I just signed a $20,000 pub deal for 18 years. That's that shit.
Wow. When I see Kid in this hat, I'm like, it does this very evil thing where I'm like, I should buy a hat like that because
I pull this off. I don't wear it because I'm nice. I want to make Zach's marketing job easier, but I pull this off.
That's
Yeah.
fucking-
It gives me this confidence, like, oh, dude, I could buy that hat and I would look that cool. And then I put literally
that's what
a
I'm saying.
fucking hat on. I'm like, I look like a fucking idiot.
That's what I'm saying. I have 3 hats. I have a very tiny head. I have very large ears. I was not made for existence in this way. But anyway, about this fucking record and what it feels like for it to be out and all this stupid shit before I made fun of you for the goddamn hats. It feels like, I mean, I've just been a part of this for so long now, and it's weird to have a symbol of finality, I guess, but it's not. I don't know. It just feels like the beginning. Like it feels like it feels like I made a lot of really wise decisions for myself a long time ago by aligning with you guys. So now it's just like, oh, we just keep going. Like, you know, it's not like I don't know. I've already like committed to this shit. So it's just part of the journey, and I just feel like I'm present in it, and I feel stoked. And I feel fulfilled. You know, it's hard to like it's hard to like quantify, you know, my like how happy I am with like physical things. But if there would be one to do it, it would be this stupid fucking vinyl that looks so amazing. For sure.
Hey, Alex on YouTube actually asked before the stream, said, what inspired you to create each song? I know you guys did general explanations of each, but it'd be cool to hear on stream. Also love the Tigger shirt. Thank you. Yesterday I wore a Pooh Bear and a Tigger shirt with my Dead Heat shirt in the middle, and it looked great. So thanks, Alex. But more importantly, what inspired us to create each song? All right, I think maybe we should probably pick maybe one song each or something.
I'm going to stop you there because guess what, dog?
Yeah. This is why.
There's a track by track event. That's going to
track by track event.
Hey.
And you're going to have to wait till the track by track breakdown. That's going to happen on a separate night, also in this format.
Monday?
Where you will hear, what is it? It's Monday, right?
Oh, it's supposed to be Monday, but Gio's getting the vaccine on Sunday. So if he's dead, we might change it.
I anticipate Gio will be fine by Monday evening because by all accounts I've heard that he should be. But ostensibly Monday evening, there will be a track by track breakdown in which you will get a very detailed record of the influence for each song. So in the efforts of promoting said event and also not spoiling things for said event,
no,
wait till Monday.
No.
Also, okay. To jump off of what Gio said real quick in terms of
hats.
Surrounding yourself with people, hats. Surrounding yourself with people that you think are the right people. Off of what I said about like creating art that you don't feel the need to justify or rationalize before you show somebody. A huge part of my life in the last 3 years has been just like removing anyone in my life who I have to qualify before I introduce somebody to them. It's like there is not a single person or friend that I have in my life that I have any reservations about somebody else meeting without me telling them. Like it's like, oh no, like if it's somebody that you're gonna meet through me, they fully pass. Like I don't have to do anything. You can just meet them, and like if you fuck with me, you'll definitely fuck with them, and that's a huge part of everything. But
it isn't like, yeah, this is my boy Nate. Like he says some homophobic stuff every once in a while, but like trust me, he's cool. No.
It's like, that doesn't exist anymore because fuck Nate. Then
yeah,
hypothetical Nate, not
fuck Nathan. I do love his hot dogs though. Oh boy.
Oh man, boy makes a
needy.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we are coming up on 2 hours, and I believe we're not going to have much more than 2 hours of stuff. So let's get through the last few questions.
Yep.
We got a few from the chat, or we got one from the chat that I haven't answered yet, unless Travis gets a question in, and Ali Luna gets a question in. We'll see. And then let's answer one from before the stream. Matt Vespaced asked us, first of all, what's up, Matt? And they asked us, what is your number one song you despise playing, but deep down know is one you can play the shit out of and do it really well?
Good question.
Oh, wow.
Treasure by Bruno Mars.
Oh my god, I was gonna say that.
I kind of like playing Treasure. I'm not gonna
Oh
I
man.
know, but I know. That's the point, right?
I don't know, man.
One of our songs, I'm assuming.
Hmm?
One of our songs?
No, I think you
No,
just
no, no. I think just any song.
Yeah,
It's
Treasure.
it's Maddie V. So I think it could be any song.
Wow.
I
hey,
would say I Want to Dance with Somebody by Whitney Houston.
cool.
Jesus fucking Christ, guys. There are just better songs. I know it's a dope banger, but just
There are other ones.
there are other ones that we could play instead of that dumb one. But if you need me to play it, yeah, I know how it goes. I know how it goes so fucking well, man. I can play the fuck out of that song.
Do you know about the key change though?
Do I know about the key change? I do. Even if I tune my guitar down in D standard and I think of the song in 3 keys at once, which is what I usually do. Yes, I still know about the key change at the end, and I can do it too.
Mm,
Zach.
I don't know if I have one. I'm trying to think of one. Like
you
I
do.
miss playing so much that I'm kind of just down to play any song. Trying to think back to the Groove and You days of what I hate playing.
No, you didn't like the
I
dance.
have two that are immediate answers.
Oh, Ivan, what's up?
Go ahead.
One I can say because I know Kim
Oh.
isn't here anymore, and it's that I know that like pretty much any like fuckboy acoustic song I can just rock because I love fuckboy acoustic songs. So Wonderwall.
Oh, Steph just said Wonderwall.
Steph
Fuck.
just jumped right in.
Hey guys, listen, I'm not gonna play Wonderwall. We're not gonna do it. It's this
Yeah.
generation's free word.
But if you can prove to me that you brought us 20 followers, I will play Wonderwall for you. Anyway, and the other one
That
is
could be true.
unequivocally Daughters by John Mayer.
Oh, Ivan, play Daughters.
Because I love John Mayer to the end of the world. And I love his music and I love playing his music. And I know most of it, if not all of it, that's worth knowing.
Can I tell the story why?
Yes.
And Zach will tell you the story of why I hate playing Daughters, but know that I can fucking crush it.
All right, so you might have to correct me on some of the details, but so when we were growing up, we lived in this like very developed area of Virginia, and Ivan's house was this like large farmhouse with like
Audio is about to go out, by the way, Stephanie says.
Hey, wow.
Good
Step on
looking
the timer. Really rad.
and
Well, it
Ivan, they had this giant garage in the middle of the farmhouse that was like a
The
hang
clubhouse.
area. We like rehearsed there and shit. It was great. Called the clubhouse. And for some party, I believe it was somebody's. Oh, no, I think it was Ivan's birthday, right? Wasn't it your birthday that when you got the Blue Ridge? Was that correct? I want to say it was like your 15th birthday, maybe. We were in high school for sure. Ivan was dating a lovely girl at the time, named Katie, who we still know and are friends with, and is just great. And Ivan's mom punished him by yelling at him
So hard.
a lot.
I know you're saying.
We doing?
We're back.
There we go. Cool.
All right.
All right. So Ivan, or sorry, Zach. Yeah.
But to continue, yeah, Ivan's mom was yelling, "Play daughter, Ivan, play daughters, Ivan, play daughters," and he was like, it was one of those things where it was like, no, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not. It's over. I'm not playing the song, and everyone was kind of silent. And then Ivan's mom was like, "No, Ivan, play daughters," and forced them into this situation where check this out. It's Ivan's birthday. It's supposed to be the day he's like stoked. Everyone's celebrating Ivan. He's 15. He just got this really nice guitar. Nope. He doesn't get to do what he wants on his birthday. He is placed on a stool facing his also 15-year-old girlfriend on a stool in front of at least 30, probably closer to 50 or 60 people, and directly sings her daughters. So like, no girl, like all the whole, know, with his like croonery voice, and just watching as one 15-year-old serenades another 15-year-old in front of the adults. And yep, it's traumatic. So that's why we always constantly say Ivan play daughters.
Amazing. All right, guys. It is 8:04, and Ivan is going to play daughters for us.
No, please no.
No, he's not really going to. It is 8:04. I think we got time for one more question.
I didn't. It's not going to make it soft, guys.
And it's from Nitalics, who asks, as someone from the UK, what is it like to live in a city like LA? What's it like to live in the US? And how does it feel to be part of the US pop punk / emo scene? I thought that was a really fun question because it called us part of the US pop punk / emo
I
scene.
love that. I'll get mine out of the way. Part one was living in LA, right?
What's it like to live in LA?
Yeah, it's fucking incredible. It's literally everything the movies told you it would be, and
more,
and literally more.
Ali Luna says LA is terrible.
Yeah,
Ali Luna, you got to get out of Downey, bro.
In a way.
Yeah, here's the thing. People are like, oh, well, there's lots of crime, and it's like, oh, have you ever been in a city before? That's every fucking city except for like Vancouver.
But the parking is so hard for my car.
Yeah, it's like, oh, this is the only city I've ever fucking been to that was designed for cars. Everyone who's like, oh, traffic's bad here, go to DC for a fucking week, come back to LA, you're like, this is amazing. Living in LA is fantastic. The weather is almost always agreeable.
Oh,
as a person
who's
way too hot.
Stupid how good it is.
And like the vibe here, the vibe is so great. I like on the one-on-one.
Legal booze.
Dude, legal everything, man. LA fucking rules, and I stand it. And I'm from the East Coast, and I love the East Coast, but LA is just a huge upgrade on my life. What was part two?
Oh, what's it like to live in the U.S., and how does it feel to be part of the U.S. pop punk emo scene?
Okay, what does it feel like to live in the U.S.? Slice that part of the question. A little tough to be honest.
Could be better.
A little bit shameful.
I think everyone wishes they had better healthcare.
I'm definitely proud to be what my vision of an American is, but I'm extremely not proud to be what the obvious representation of an American is, because that shit is tough right now, and everything's really difficult.
Dude, I saw our world numbers the other day. It's insane. There's like
really,
they're in like the 30s and 40s now. We're so bad. If I treated feeling patriotic the way that I feel about having fandom in the NFL, I wouldn't tell people that I was into being a U.S. citizen anymore, because it's really tough to back a team that's clearly the fucking worst in the league. Anyway, being part of the U.S. pop punk scene, however, is fucking incredible, because our compatriots are some of the best in the game, and I can't wait to be considered among them, to play with them, and to know them, and to just be part of that scene. And like, I also think that a huge benefit and a huge like privilege and something I'm very happy about is to be part of the generation of musicians, both in general and in our genre, that is changing the paradigm and changing the way shit works for the better, in terms of everything that you would consider very 2021 or whatever. Just like, hey, no more bullshit, no more of the fucking fuck boys and all the shit that like bums you out about learning about your, whatever. Let's just be better musicians, be better people, everything. And I'm very proud of that. Yeah, the scene really came out during BLM in May and June. That made me really proud of a lot of my favorite bands. That was sick.
That's my answer.
Okay, I'll answer. LA, great place. Has some issues, certainly, as all places do, but never gonna live anywhere else. This place is so sick. Best thing is just the vibe. All of my favorite people are here, like, or most of them. Some we're working on getting over to come over here, but
Tyler Brandon, get the fuck
Yeah.
out of here. Go on.
Tyler Fraga, if you watch this, bro, come on, let's go.
Wait.
Yeah, I echo Ivan's sentiment on the U.S.
Tough beat right now.
As far as the whole what's it like to be in the scene, honestly, I don't know. we don't know yet. I think it's cool that people, it's very flattering and crazy that people are like, oh, you remind me of X band, or you remind me of whatever. Like, that's really sick. It's, I can't wait to be able to play shows and, I don't know, feel that energy again. That's great. Another thing that's great about LA, and some people are weird and think this is shitty for some weird reason, but we have emo night here, and that is like the dopest, healthiest, most amazing part of like living in Los Angeles. And dude, it's so sick. Like, it's just one of my it feels like it's my exact going out experience of like, cool, I'm gonna go insane, I'm gonna get, fucked up in a few different ways, but more importantly, just like let myself go and have a fucking blast and dance and mosh and, like chill with my homies and with my girlfriend and just like, I don't know, participate in all of this music that I love. Basically just be in a club, except the club has awesome live bands and all of my favorite music that I can just like walk out and get a PBR, and then I just hear Counting Worms by Noctilus being played, and I'm like, yeah,
Sick.
yeah, these are my people right here. And yeah, that's a great thing. So I don't know. I think once shows come back, I'm very excited to I don't know, just participate in the scene and everything else. All right.
Gio, what do you think about living in LA?
LA, I've been here for 6 years. I started liking it 2 years ago.
Sounds right.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, I think this is such an interesting place to live, because I think it's so, your happiness here is so contingent upon you having your own relationship with LA, just because there's so many fucking things here, and there's so many different types of people and like different archetypes of people that you could get sucked in with, and it's very strange. So I think for me, finding out that my favorite part about being in LA, I say this all the time, but my favorite part about living in LA, or my favorite things to do, are the things that make me feel like I'm not in LA, which is like going to parks, going on hikes, like get doing the naturey shit. And then also, like, I'm in a fucking sweet neighborhood where it feels like a little bit of a family, and it's not like trash like where you guys live. It's really nice.
Fuck off. Hey, we got community now, dude.
Yeah, we have community.
You know the elderly neighbors' names.
Yeah, what are your neighbors' names? Do you know?
I have Michelle and Art over here, and then I have someone that I don't know here, but I do.
Fucking thought.
Does me changing when she's walking down. So
We got Fausto over here, dude. Like,
we got Anna Heath.
We got Anna Heath. We got Auschut.
You
We got Laura. We got Rhyme.
that you guys have a unique situation in the trash heap that you guys live in. You guys have a nice little community there, not a sick area. I'm sorry.
They cleaned up the
everyone
MS-13
wondering-
tags the day after.
But
For everyone wondering why this motherfucker is never in any streams, it's because if I were to punch through this wall right here, it would come out of Kid's wall that you see in the background, because his next door. And Zach is in the house about 20 feet that way. So we all essentially live together. So obviously we're all around. And Gio lives in a place where if he uses too much power at one time, his fucking computer will shut off. Not a trash heap like our place essentially apparently is.
yeah, I love Highland Park. I love where I live.
Gio, I could fit a fucking marble through your fucking doorway, dog.
As I remember it. There's a vegan donut shop here. First of all, I saw Elijah Wood today. You're not seeing Elijah Wood in fucking East Hollywood.
Oh, in Hollywood?
I saw Robert Pattinson on our fucking
Hollywood.
Oh, God damn it. Okay, anyway.
Beat that. Okay.
Gio, what about living in the U.S. and being part of the pop punk scene?
Yeah, living in the U.S. is strange right now, obviously.
All I'm thinking of is the London Monitor engineer.
Oh God, yeah. I think a lot of things that are changing right now are the things that should have changed a long time ago, and then there are a lot of things that are still not fucking changing. Yeah, I think I don't know. I'm speaking from my perspective. I'm a straight white male American, so I think all of us in this chat have a responsibility to do actual fucking change by themselves. And
use superpowers.
and
privilege.
Yeah, I mean, dude, I got checked hard as fuck. I'll tell you guys at some other point, but I got checked hard as fuck this week by somebody, and it hurt, but it was necessary. But I think we all have a responsibility to be fucking allies. And then broad strokes, stop fucking killing black people and Asian people and minorities. Just stop doing that. And then,
but what about pop punk though?
But the pop punk part, I think, I don't know if the LA scene is anything like the Boston scene, which is what I grew up in. It's one that will be, I would assume, very loving and very honest. I think, especially as a young kid, like being around a bunch of people who are honestly doing something because they just fucking love it and they love being a part of something in like a super fucking healthy way is huge and very formidable. So if it's anything like that, I'm gonna be stoked to meet all these people and play some fucking shows with some great fucking people. There's so many great bands out right now too.
Yeah.
So many.
You guys know? Have you? I don't know. Is Meet Me at the Altar? Where are they from?
I don't know if they're from LA.
I don't know.
Florida.
But
I
I'm
totally
stoked.
wrong.
I'm stoked to be playing with someone like that. Those are the people I want to fucking play with.
Yeah, that band's
Sick.
good.
Fucking so sick. But
Yeah.
anyway.
All the things I feel about being a U.S. citizen are inversely true about being a pop punk citizen.
Oh yeah, Ali Luna says, "Can we get shows already?"
For sure.
Yes.
Kinda.
Dude, Ali Luna, your comment made me laugh so hard a second ago. It just says Geo ... is going off, and then he has like 3 dog barking emojis, and it's the right thing. It rips.
So I love living in Los Angeles. I moved here in late 2017. I sang on All I Can a month after I moved here as like a little demo thing, and then now it's the final shit on the goddamn vinyl. So that's very cool. They definitely say it can take a year or 2 or 4 to get into Los Angeles, which is so true. The first year I was here, I played the Whiskey A Go Go, and then I sat in my roof smoking weed, drinking beer, and it was so empty, like in my heart. And then now I wake up, walk around the corner, do some work with my friends, and it's just the best ever just because my friends are here.
Yeah.
And there's tons of great shit about Los Angeles. There's, all the beaches. Brendan McCusker on Facebook wants to know age, sex, and location. So we'll get to that, Brendan. If we have time in the queue, Brendan, we'll get to your question. The sex will surprise you for sure. There's lots of great things about living in Los Angeles. So many great areas. There's the beaches. There's the venues, historic and also current and whatnot. But none of that shit's really important. It's really just when I was leaving college, I tallied up where all my friends were living, and the most friends lived in Los Angeles, and that absolutely has been the most important part of the whole experience for sure. And staying with Zach, in Brian Jones's bedroom when I first moved here, and I eventually, now Ivan and I live across the driveway from Zach. That's a huge important part of it. The U.S., I fucking love the United States. I love all the bands from the United States. I love all the genres from the United States. It disappoints me every single fucking day, obviously. And we got a lot of stuff to do, but we got a lot going for us. We got jazz, which is pretty sweet. We got hardcore. It's pretty sweet.
Yep.
So if we got jazz and we got hardcore, then someday I think we can fix all the problems that we got. And as far as being part of the US pop punk emo scene, You asking me what it's like to be part of the US pop punk emo scene is the first time I've really felt like I'm part of the pop punk emo scene. So thank you for your question.
Yeah.
You know, when we start playing shows, obviously, everything will change, and obviously, probably nothing will change, but everything will change for me because I'm a live boy. I'm a performance boy. I just want to do it every night. So, you know, I'm just happy that we have people who are asking us questions. You know, people that are hanging out with us on streams like this and wearing our t-shirts for some freaking reason. And I know they look cool, but like
They do have
to be
marks on them, don't they?
but like wanting to be associated with us, I mean, you know, that just hasn't even sunk in yet. So, what's up, Rachel? Welcome to the Good Term stream. They got a lot of questions for you. Actually, don't leave. Don't leave. This question is for Rachel. Rachel, Brendan wants to know your age, sex, and language, and location. Language. Anyways, I think that's about all the time we got for tonight. Ali Luna says, us being cis, white, hetero, white men and speaking about these issues means the world. Good Terms is going to save the world. Move over Muna. Man, if we can be a sail on Muna's ship, that would be wonderful.
Yeah, I want to be a fucking decal on Muna's ship at best.
I want to be the mermaid carved into the front of the ship with my hair flowing, you know.
And one of those hats.
Gio can be the bass player.
That's amazing.
That was sick.
I will say, you mentioned a good thing, kid, about like sometimes it takes a year, 2 years, 4 years, whatever.
Oh, to get into LA. Yeah.
To get into LA. The three of you moved here from Boston.
Yeah.
And from a big city, which is obviously Boston, but just requalifying a big city.
A city.
And a lot of other
big one.
equivalent experiences. So you moved to a different big city, right? And to a different coast. And I moved here from a very different place.
Bumfuck Iowa.
Rural Virginia, literally the dead center of Virginia. And the perspective that the first time I came to LA, I spent a week here in Zach. What was it? Like spring break 2017?
I think it was.
I think it was.
We're still working at Rostrum, so yeah, it would have been 2017. Yeah,
it was like I think May or March of 2017, and it was to that date the best week of my life, hands down, because it was like
audio going out in the next minute. By the way,
it was like I didn't know that I was running with a fucking parachute behind me the whole time, and someone's like, oh, but here's if you take the parachute off. I was like, oh, great. I cannot hate everything about my life. Not to belittle whatever I was going through at the time, but yeah, perspective is huge. This place is great. And that's all I have to say. That's all I have to say about that.
All right, guys. Well, we have had a fantastic time hanging out with you guys. Except for Gio. Gio bounced on you guys because he doesn't like you. No. Thank you guys so much, so much for hanging out with us. Honestly, all of course over the last 8 months as we've had this whole journey. But thanks for asking us questions and hanging out with us and wanting to get to know us. We will get to know you over our merch table sometime in the next year and a half or whatnot. Yeah, guys, I think we're about to be done. We're going to be back tomorrow, Friday at 3 p.m. Pacific time. We're going to be doing our acoustic live stream, and we're going to be doing mostly covers and requests. So send in your covers and requests, and we'll do as many as we can learn.
Yeah.
Ali Luna, thanks for Coachella Weekend 1. No, thanks for buying the wristband for Coachella Weekend 1.
All right.
Anybody else? Anything else you guys want to say before we skedaddle?
And before audio cuts out?
I feel like the audio cut out, but